welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my first college Q&A. This is my first semester of college at a four-year university. Let me backtrack a little bit before I confuse any of you guys. So I posted about a year ago a video about how I graduated from high school with my associate's degree, how I went to community college for 2 years, got my associate's degree all while still being in high school. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I'll link it down below, and how I did it all for free as well. Also, if you have any future questions for me, make sure to follow me at TakingOnGiselle on Instagram, because that is where I asked you guys to ask me questions for today. So today I'm going to be telling you all about my experience at my four-year university. I go to the University of Texas at Dallas, which is also the most expensive public school in Texas. I don't know if it's in the United States, but I know for sure in Texas it's the most expensive one. I'm just gonna be answering your questions and giving you my take on my first semester, because it was my first semester attending here. So let me give you a little bit of background. I am technically a junior right now. I am 18 years old and I will be a senior this fall. And I have about a year left before I graduate. If not, about a year and a half. I still need to talk to my advisors, but about a year and a half, and I'll be done and I'll have my bachelor's degree. So the first question comes from Diana Vedenice 41, and she asks, what are you majoring in? I'm currently majoring in business. I'm pursuing a degree in business administration. Wes Wies Bums asks, what were you expecting while first going into college and what ended up being different? I'm not exactly sure what I even expected. I guess I expected it to be more like something like a very crazy new experience, and to be honest, everything is still the same. I have been to community college before and it's still the same. You have your professors, your classes, your syllabus, so it wasn't anything like crazy different. So you do have a lot more resources, which is really nice. But yeah, but besides that, it wasn't like anything like, whoa, like this is crazy and blowing my mind. But yeah, that's I guess that's what I have to say about that. But if you're just graduating from high school and going into college, I will say that you will notice a really big difference, but you get used to it, just like anything else. Mendoza.m asks, is college way harder than high school? And by the way, you're so beautiful. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I love you too. And yes, it is it is hard, you guys. I will say that I was a little bit more prepared because I was in a high school program where I was taking college classes. Again, I'll have that video linked down below. So I was prepared. In community college, I feel like it's a lot more relaxed, and here it's taken a little bit more serious, and there's very few little grades, which sucks because, you know, you only have, for the most part, college classes, you just have your quizzes and your tests, and there's not really much homework. There's not really much anything else where you can maybe like raise your grade. It's all really in the test, and you have like 2 or 3, and that's where your grade will depend on. So if you don't do good on one test, you're like, oh no, like am I gonna pass? It's a lot harder just because it is a lot of material and you just have very few opportunities to really get it right. Stephanie.Solorzano asks, based on time management, do you feel more or less stressed going from high school to college? I will say that when you're in college, you do have the freedom to pick your own schedule, your own classes, your own times that work out for you. So I feel like in that sense, it's a lot less stressful. In high school, you know, you have like your schedule, like it's whatever the counselors pick for you, whatever is available to you. But in college, you do have the freedom to, you know, do your own thing. So you can definitely like work around you and what you have to do. It did consume a lot of my time, but I still had time for me to do other things. Fim.Carla asks, do you get more work in college, or is it just more to do, like is it long essays or a lot of work at once? Are you more stressed and do you like it? In my experience, I feel like it is less work, but the work you do is harder and more time consuming. Long essays, I honestly didn't really have to write any essays at all because I already took my English courses. I maybe had to write like a page, 2-page papers that were like quick and easy for some classes, and I feel like they do space out the work that they give you. You do have your deadlines all in your syllabus, but yeah, I feel like it's less work, but the work is worth more. It's a little bit more challenging and it's more time consuming. So are you more stressed? So I didn't really feel like that stressed. Only in calculus, which you guys know I've talked about this before. Calculus, like I struggle with it so much. Every new week was a new topic, and our final was also cumulative, so I like forgot what we did the first few weeks of school, and it definitely stressed me out because I really wanted to pass. Overall, I wasn't that stressed in my classes. Everything is in your syllabus, so you know what's coming at you, so you have time to prepare and plan. So And do you like it? I will say that as a whole, I did like my college experience because some of my teachers were really cool and they were really like passionate about the topics. I made some really good friends, and also I had my boyfriend Christian help me out a lot because he's been there already, so it was also nice seeing him. In the grand scheme of things, I did enjoy it and I did like it. Stephanie.Solorzano asks, do you have a job while in college? YouTube is my job at the moment, and occasionally I do a few sponsorships here and there, and that really helps out a lot too. Like, my goal right now is to graduate from college without having to take out any loans, so I only have a year left. I'm really saving up my money. The money that I make right now is going towards my school, and it's also going towards the store that I've been telling you guys that I'm working on. So I feel like a lot of people in college do have jobs because it is expensive, you guys. It is really expensive. A lot of people actually work full-time and still go to school, and I just think it's amazing. The president asks, how do you schedule YouTube in school so you have time for both? I went to school only 3 days of the week. I went Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and that left me Monday, Friday, and the weekend to work on anything else that I needed, my homework. I'm not packed the whole week. I have my days where I can work on my YouTube things. Juliana Pauline 15 asks, how many textbooks did you actually use? So I was taking 4 classes. I was taking entrepreneurship, calculus 2, marketing, and ITSS. And I found all of my textbooks online for like super duper cheap. I wouldn't say go to your bookstore and get the books because I am telling you, books are crazy expensive. You will spend like $100 to $200 for each book for each class you have on top of tuition. And then I will say that one class that's really hard to get by is your math classes, because normally you do have to get the little code so you can use the online homework system that they have. So that one was like inevitable. I had to pay like the $140 for it. I spent like $200 on textbooks this semester, which is like not bad at all. The crazy thing is, it's like really funny too, is classes at a community college are like $170 each. So I spent about $700 on the semester, and then I spent like $600 on the books. Like, how crazy is that? Like, that just tells you how expensive books can be. But to answer your questions, how many textbooks did I use? Honestly, I used 2 of them, my marketing and my ITSS book, but only to study for tests. So I used it very few times. But I will say that teachers do recommend you read the textbook, but I didn't do that. Victoria Nino_21 asks, where do you usually go out to eat during or after school? I normally brought lunch to school except on Wednesdays. I stayed pretty late at school and I would eat Panda Express or Chick-fil-A. What's really cool about college is that they do have a food court, so it's not just, you know, your cafeteria line. For my school, they have Subway, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express. They had Moe's something. They also had a bunch of Starbucks. They had like 3 or 4 different Starbucks on campus. They had an Express, IHOP. I know, like, what? Baby.Jasmine asks, what is the latest you slept on doing homework? I had afternoon classes. I went in from 4 till 7. And then I would get home around 8, 8:30. And if I really had something due the next day, sometimes I would be up until like 1, latest 2 in the morning. Since I do have afternoon classes, I do have the next day in the morning to work on things. For the most part, that was my own choice. I usually stay up like watching YouTube videos, which isn't good at all, but it was never because like, oh my gosh, I have so much homework, I'm sleeping so late. Except if it was calculus, then yes. But besides that, it was just me like being irresponsible. Lizzie.818 asks, are you paying for college or do you have a scholarship? So, like I said, this school is very expensive. It's the most expensive public school. Every semester can easily be, with books and the parking permit, I would say it can easily be $7,000, $7,100 for just one semester. First of all, everyone out there, apply for FAFSA if you can. You never know how much you're gonna get. I did get a little bit of help from FAFSA. I did get a grant from the school, which was really good actually. And I also got a scholarship. So all of that brought down my tuition by like 1/3. So I still needed to pay like 2/3 of the cost. They're helping me pay for about half of my college, and then the other half, that's on me unless I want to take out loans, which I really don't want to. C_mud_. Hey Marcos! Did you join any clubs or fellowships? I did not join anything this semester. That's just never been me. I've never really joined anything. The only time I ever joined anything was last year. Actually, I joined Key Club at my high school. And I really did like it. I thought it was really fun. We got to do like cool little projects to help with the community. So yeah, I would do it again, but just because this was a whole new year, like I wanted to just adjust to everything first before like I take on anything. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it because I do think that clubs and things are fun and it gives you like a new outlet to meet people. But we will see about this next semester. And then the president also asked, how expensive is school where you attend? I want to compare prices to where I'm at. Tuition is about $6,500 a semester, or $6,000 to $6,500 a semester. Oh my gosh, sorry if you guys see like red on my neck. Like it wasn't here at the beginning of the video. I feel like when I'm nervous or something, like my chest gets all red. Araceli Madrid 11 asked, what advice would you give for future graduates that are planning to go to college? Do not be scared. I feel like in college, everyone just does their own thing. Like you don't need to worry about chisme or like who's dating who or like who fought who. Everyone literally just does their own thing. Do good. You're there to study, so focus on your studies. Another thing, just meet people. I feel like there's a lot of really cool and nice people in your classes. That's what makes school fun. Ailinda Gutierrez 19, hey Aileen! As how many years are you going to college for? By the way, I love you so much and you're gorgeous. I wish you the best. I know you're gonna do amazing things. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. The plan is a year left. Even if I have to take summer classes, I would like to graduate in a year. If not, at most what I have left is a year and a half because I have most of my classes like taken. I only have about a year left. If you guys are still confused, it's because I graduated from high school with my associate's degree last May. And then in the fall, I went back to community college for another semester. And then this spring, I went to the four-year university, University of Texas at Dallas, for my first semester there. So technically, I have about 3 years of college done, which is why I'll graduate next year after spring and after fall. VDLCRZ asks, how many mental breakdowns did you have? Oh my gosh, okay, so a lot. That business calculus 2 class, if anyone's taking it there, like, it was hard. It was really hard. I went to class and I never ever learned anything from my professor. I really did not. I had to learn everything from Christian, so it was really hard to follow him. He would go really fast. He taught me everything that I knew, and it's a lot. Like, it's honestly a lot for him to teach me a whole course. I'm really sorry. There was a lot of times where I just did not understand and I would cry, and in the back of my head I'm like, I cannot fail this. Like, I cannot do this again. I can't do this to him again. I can't do this to myself again. Only because of that class. Besides it, I feel like I was super good. _Jasmine Vega asks, what was your easiest class and your hardest one? By the way, love your videos, girly. Keep up the good work. You've got great things ahead of you. Thank you so much. Maybe my entrepreneurship class or my ITSS class, because those classes are very conceptual and just require like thinking, and I really like those type of classes. Calculus was my hardest one for sure. How did you feel from your first day to last day of college? Honest, you guys, it went by really quick, but I felt about the same. It's not like I go in one day like, oh my gosh, like la and then the last day of school is like, you just kind of do it as you go. But yeah. Edith.cx asks, how long is the drive from your house to the school? Also, I love you so much. I love you too. I do commute to school. It is a 40-minute drive every time to get there and another 40 minutes to come back. So it's a lot, but I honestly really enjoy it. I just get to have that time to myself. Like, I play my little reggaeton music and just like drive to school. So I guess now let me give you guys like an overall like experience. I commute to school. I don't mind the commute at all. I'm saving a lot of money by commuting since I don't like dorm. I don't, you know, have to do any of those extra expenses. It is a very good school, so I wouldn't change the school where I'm at. It is expensive, but I am getting some help from the school, which is really nice. I was taking 4 classes. 3 of them fine, like I have no problems with them. Marketing was a little bit challenging, and then calculus, like I said, that one was very challenging because every week you had a quiz and every week you had to turn in a take-home quiz. The best advice that I got for that I got from Christian, and it stuck with me. He told me, take out the emotional part out of it. Why am I crying over like a class? You know, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Have a good friend in every class. If you ever miss class, if you ever don't understand anything, if you need the notes, something, you'll have that person to text and talk to. People are really nice. Like, do not be afraid to talk to people. Like, I made a really good friend in all of my classes, like Pooja, Brandon, you watching this? In one of my classes, I had to do a group project, and that was 30% of our grade for entrepreneurship. And sometimes group projects can be horrible or it can be a good thing. All the guys that were in my group were so nice and they were really funny, and it just made the class so much more fun. Yeah, I did pass all of my classes this semester, so we're good, you guys. I'm almost done, like a year left. Like, that's nothing. Time goes by so fast. I really enjoyed all my classes, my teachers. The staff is very helpful. People are very helpful and very kind and friendly. I had Christian, who was amazing to me. Like, I hope you're watching this, Christian. Another thing, just if you're wondering like about like party life, there's no party life at my school. It is like a nerdy school, so you don't really hear about parties. There's like no football team, no drinking, no partying, nothing like that. If you're going to college, I'm super excited for you, and I just wish you guys the best. If I can do it, you guys, like I've said it a million times, you guys can do it too. I guess that's my college experience so far. Thank you so much if you asked a question on my Instagram. I really appreciate it. I will be having more future Q&As. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you really soon.